gentlemen, I'm Professor Norman Cornett, religious studies scholar and specialist on the relationships between aesthetics and spirituality, between the arts and spirituality, with a painting by Jackie Lacourcière from 2025 entitled Heroic Fury. I chose this work because here the artist has given us the thin edge of the wedge into her psychological universe. Believe it or not, the art of Jackie Lacourcière first and foremost deals with her psychological states. And that's exactly what we see happening here. This is a profoundly psychological work. In fact, when I first saw it, I immediately thought of Gestalt theory or Rorschach blocks, how when we create a work like this, the outside reflects the inside. And it proved the key for me to understanding the creative vision and the artistic evolution of the artist Jackie Lacourcière, because she always begins from within and she mirrors it to the outside world. The work is interesting for a number of technical reasons. First of all, the artist has employed dripping, which seems quite clear here, and she has used her fingers to manipulate the pigment, the paint, on the picture plane. Why did she do this? Because the artist is visceral. She's creating from her gut. She's opening up, if not ripping, her insides so that we can see what's happening within. At the same time, as an academic and as an intellectual, I ask myself, to what extent does Jackie Lacourcière grapple with what we call in philosophy first questions, ultimate questions? She almost seems to challenge a binary approach to life, black and white, true and false, right and wrong. She seems to scramble all that and say, perhaps there's something more. Maybe it's not so simple. And this is a complex and complicated work. It's not just black and white. But when she uses the black like this, is she telling me that we all, as human beings, stand on the precipice of an abyss that has no bottom? Do we as human beings bottom out? These are the ultimate questions that Jackie Lacourcière asks in her work, Heroic Fury. And it's intriguing to find an artist who owns their emotions, including their anger. Who would have ever thought that anger could be heroic, that fury could be a matter of heroism? Is that not a contradiction? Is that not an oxymoron? So that the artist essentially is throwing it back in our face and asking us to rethink our state of being, our mood, our sentiments, our emotions. How do we grapple with them? How do we deal with them? And I have to tell you, this is almost like a rock and roll work of art. When I was 16, I had the privilege of hearing the Rolling Stones. What's amazing is 16-year-olds still go to hear the Rolling Stones. But what did they say? What did Mick Jagger say at the microphone? You're not the only one with mixed emotions. That is the art of Jackie Lacourcière. We are all dealing, negotiating, navigating our mixed emotions. I invite you to discover her art. Facebook, Jackie Lacourcière. YouTube, Jackie Lacourcière. That's spelled Lacoursiere. And you will see that she will take you where you've never gone before. I'm Professor Norman Cornett, religious studies scholar and specialist on the relationship between aesthetics and spirituality.